Hello YouTube and newsletter subscribers, this is Terrell from Taylor3.com. Today's June 16th, 2015, and Stu asked me, are you going to make a video? There's a lot of things going on, and I'm like, no. Thursday, I'll make a regular update report, but then I realized there's a lot going on here. I can go ahead and make a video right now. Appreciate your support, Stu. This story coming out, submitted by Christine, Lisa Haven, and this story about going dark. Is the sun going dark? The Daily Mail. Is the sun going dark? Yes, the sun's going dark. These coronal holes, they're getting bigger. They come and they go, they come and they go, but the black star now is getting in near proximity. And what that means is, see if I can open this up just a little bit for you. The black star is going to be it's coming in across this way, and Earth is going to outside orbit position over here, August the 16th. So we're moving faster than the black star is coming inward. We're still moving faster. That means that the magnetic portal connection between the black star and the Earth is growing right now. It's lengthening. So that's why Earth is receiving less electromagnetism now until August the 15th. After August the 15th, when we get on around here, right about in this position, you see we're going to be in a 90-degree angle relative to the black star. And then we're going to orbit. When we come into this area right here, we're going to be coming right into its headlights, where it's coming into perihelion. You see? So during this period right here, we're no longer outpacing it. It's coming, the magnetic portal connection is shortening based upon black star inbound velocity. Okay, so Jade Helm plays a very important role in this because they're getting ready for a gigantic event that's going to take place out west when the next Earth change uptick period begins, October the 15th. It's going to be a pair of big sevens, about a week apart, to take place there. It's in the chart every year at this time. It's a jolt value for the sevens. There's jolt values for every category. This is when we get our jolt on either end of the orbit here. And when we're moving through this is when Jade Helm is happening, right from, well, from back here, when we swing around outside orbit. The 1 month before and 1 month after outside orbit position is when Jade Helm is. But when we get to September the 23rd, let me show you something. Let me show you. Okay, if you can see it on your screen, this is the Virgo constellation. Relative to the sun, the black star is right between the feet of Virgo. Okay, that's where it was on April the 25th relative to Earth, because we were in alignment. That's when the alignment date was with the 7.8 Nepal quake. But then, you see, we're moving left between the two stars. So as we move this way, see it. Let me get back this up. At the alignment, you see April the 25th. That's pointing at. You see how it's pointing at the feet of Virgo? See that? Because relative to the sun, that's where it is. Now, as we go this way, 6,000 miles per hour, the black star appears to be backing up. It's retrograding. Okay, so let me get you back over to this program. If you can see here, when the retrograde process, the black star is going to back up into here, and then it's going to pass through the womb of Virgo again, as we're going backwards. Now, whenever we get to August the 17th, this retrograde going back into the womb, if you will, of the black star is taking place now. The black star is going to be here on August the 15th in the head of Virgo. And what you're looking at here is an immaculate conception scenario. And I mentioned that before, Harold Baldwin Percival. Do you understand the lunar germs and the solar germ that hook together? This is the path that they take. But then you have a second birth. And at August the 15th, the black star is going to start moving back this way. Okay, and then you're going to have a rebirth that's going to take place just about the time Jade Helm ends. When we get to the equinox, well, it's going to be during Jade Helm. Let's say it's September the 5th, September the 10th, something like that. But by the time we get to the backside, once we get to September 23rd, the black star is going to be in this area again. Okay, so what you're looking at is a progression here of the black star being, because the black star has already taken this path once, and now it's retrograded back through Virgo and it's coming again. Okay, so the Jade Helm exercises are in alignment with this celestial event that the black star, this is where it's at. It's in Virgo right now, moving back and forth. It's actually moving towards Libra, but because of the way we're moving in orbit, that's the way it appears. This is the celestial coordinates of where the I'm showing you the celestial stuff, not the stuff from the sun. If we were going relative to the sun, the black star would just progressively move left in the orbit diagram. It's because of Earth orbit around the sun again. So let's see here. Get back over to this story. These holes are forming because the magnetic polar connection between the black star, and the sun is getting shorter and shorter with each orbit cycle. So the reason that the solar cycle 24 flatlined in 2011 is because of nearing black star proximity. It's siphoning additional electromagnetism from the sun and redirecting it to the other planets through a secondary set of magnetic portal connections. So the sun and the black star are like octopus. They have arms that reach out and power the magnetospheres of the planets, but the driver, the source of that electromagnetism is the sun. The black star has no core to generate, but it does have a planetary relationship with the sun and a star-to-star magnetic portal connection. That's what's causing the problem. So that's at the alignment. That's why we had our flares. When you back the Earth up to April the 25th, we pass between the two stars. The Earth is dragging a black star Earth magnetic portal connection and a sun Earth magnetic portal connection through the sun black star connection. So as we're going through, after we pass, then you get the cross firing on either side, portal to portal cross firing. You get sprite formations here, but it's not from a cloud up to into the magnetosphere. It's from portal to portal. They get too close together like electric wires, and there's not enough insulation. They get sparking that goes across. That's the cross firing that I'm telling you about, and it happens very predictive. It's very predictable. That's why I'm the only one that predicted X-class flares following this event. Now when we come back around to the backside, we're going to go to outside orbit position, but when we come on around in December, just about in this position, it happens later. Because the way that we're pulling this black star Earth magnetic portal connection, see behind the sun, it happens later for some reason. But leading up to December 1st, we're going to have some, this is the kill shot time, right? It's after the convergence of the magnetic portal connections. They cross and then they start to diverge. The best opportunity for that kill shot is after the backside alignment. So it's going to be, let's say December the 3rd, about December the 3rd or 4th or 5th. That's when we have the best opportunity for a kill shot, because then the activity leading up to this event is going to be on the eastern limb over on this side. But once these magnetic portal connections cross one another, then we have this big giant event that happens on this side, and Earth runs right into the way. Beginning of December, that's when the X-class flare threat that they're talking about, oh, there's going to be flares going to take the grid down. This is when it could happen. But I'm not worrying about that yet. I'm worrying about what's going on back here September 23rd. Now look, survivalist preppers, you want to get your money out of paper, fiat currencies, anything that's paper, stocks, but anything, and you want to get it into small denomination silver. It's $16. After September the 23rd of this year, I see a bounce coming, a gigantic bounce, like in 2011. There's a lot of similarities between now and 2011, and it could go to $50, and you're not buying it this time to resell it when it drops again. There's not another drop. This date, September 23rd, looks like the elite failsafe date. In other words, when we get around to May of 2016 to 20th, that's when the black star is going to be here according to current projections. The sun is telling us that too. The Earth is telling us that too. Now, if it's moving like an amoeba, if it's moving more like a black hole, we could have another orbit cycle in us. It's possible. This is kind of like last year with 2015, 2016, looking at multiple modeling. Whenever I get to the backside alignment, I'm going to be able to count the number of days to outside orbit. Then that should be the first week in February, because I backed up the outside alignment date last year from January 24th to January the 20th. I had to. The near side alignment came too soon. It came 5 days too early, right? And I realized that's what my problem was. So I'm going to watch the outside orbit position again, because the black star is moving left in the orbit diagram relative to the sun, which means we have to go an extra 2 weeks. It's moving 14 degrees per year now. But if it was a traditional celestial object, it would be moving much faster. So this is an anomalous object. You say, well, it's got to reach perihelion, it's got to increase velocity a certain amount according, to the laws of physics. But this thing is not obeying the law of physics, right? So I'm warning you about May the 16th, 2016, and the fact that we appear to be coming up to the failsafe when the Earth is in this position right here, September the 23rd at the equinox. Okay, so Jade Helm ends a week earlier, but I think this Jade Helm stuff is a precursor for the Earth changes, because remember, August the 15th is whenever they're going to kick off again. There'll be a little bitty pause, but then bam, all of a sudden here in September, well, right when they're in the middle of these exercises, there's going to be an event, and it looks like it has a higher likelihood of being off the coast of California, off of Canada. In that dead area, it's becoming alive now. Now, I've been warning you guys about that. This area right over here, see this dead area? It's been becoming more active. We're going to see an event, a linchpin event out here. Let's look at the depths. Now, I don't think that the depths are true anymore. The USGS cut the feed off from Earthquake 3D. They cut off the feeds everywhere because of the big Japan event, 677 kilometers deep. This pattern of deep quakes, this is creating fissures in the Earth mantle. And look where they're pointing to. Draw a straight line up there. See where look where they're pointing to. That's right, right here. And you're seeing this Kamchatka swarm, which is, it's not that much activity, but the pressure is shifting from Nepal to Japan, Kamchatka, right here. This is the danger zone right here. But the pressure's building up here, and the linchpin event happens here, and then you're going to see the deepening of these quakes. See how flat they are? They're real close to the surface. A small indication there that we're trying to go deeper. But whenever California looks like this, that situation cannot last very long before the linchpin event happens. Guarantee you that. So you're going to have to, you guys on the West Coast, you're in the eye of the storm. This area right here, you're in the eye of the storm. This pressure is coming to here. Definitely. And it could be this orbit cycle. I don't know if it's this orbit cycle, obviously, but there's a higher probability by looking at these patterns. And as this fissure right here continues to deepen, you're going to see a progression. This Pacific Ocean Ring of Fire wants to turn clockwise, and it's hung up right up here. And when it breaks, then the Pacific Ocean Ring of Fire is going to be able to move that much easier. Remember Solomon Island, February 6, 2013. That crack in the tectonic plate caused the cascade moving away from the Americas. It's releasing pressure from the American Craton, and it's causing this activity. And Yellowstone is right here in the mix. This could not happen when the Black Star came the last time because that tectonic plate didn't break. This is an eggshell that's been compromised. And it's been pushed in. And these other ones, these other plates are moving that way gradually to make up the difference. That's the cascade. This uptick in activity is going to happen. It's just a matter of when now. Because of the wargaming over here, I'm thinking they know something. And the way that Virgo plays into this, the Black Star is not going to retrograde for the double birth again on this orbit cycle. It happens now. It doesn't happen because it's going to be too far left in the orbit diagram for the next orbit cycle for this to happen again. So this is a focal point. The focal point is September 23rd. Have your silver already. You can get it now for 16. It could be after September the 23rd. JP Morgan at some point is going to stop covering the short position, and everybody's going to realize that they don't have any silver. And there's going to be a flood of problems and chaos that comes from it, people jumping out of windows and stuff. Mindful, I mean, like the 2008 Bear Stearns and all that stuff. JP Morgan is the Bear Stearns, but this is a super gorilla that's going to go down. So I also wrote on this winged object thing, and the people at Planet X News, they can take any of my work and put it up here. That's what they're doing, and I'm just showing that the winged object is not Planet X. I know where Planet X is in Virgo. This winged object is too far above the plane. Our object is 0.024 degrees below the plane, according to the Europeans on my 2011 orbit cycle. I've had no reason to change that. That's why it's difficult to see, because of the debris on the plane. It's just below the plane. So it's straight out into the ecliptic constellations. That's what it is. Okay, so Stu, you got your little video update report. Is there anything else that I wanted to share with you guys? I'll put some of these links down there in the description box. Please subscribe to my newsletter. Nobody has subscribed this week, and I'm getting a little down about it. I'll see you guys on the Black Star update report.